This is Steveocubed, and this is recording now. It wasn't recording before. Okay. So, we're here to talk about, apparently it's going to be the end of the world today, according to the Mayans. So I thought it would be a fun conversation topic if we talked about who you would send out to be the superhero to stop the end of the world for different scenarios. And we have here two panel guests. We have
Elvis here.
And Frank.
These are two of my students, two experts in the comic book world. And there are two other students in the background laughing, very inappropriate. Cinnamon. Okay. Anyway, so I did some research, and according to a few sources, one of them NASA, apparently the legend of the Mayans saying the calendar ending is not really the calendar actually ending the end of the world, more of the end of a cycle, but it actually conflicts with the Sumerians claiming that some planet is going to head towards Earth and destroy Earth. So our first question, I think we could start off, guys, with is if a meteor or a planet or some sort of large object was coming to Earth, who would you want to save the Earth and why?
First off, the obvious choice for this would be Superman, obviously, because if you look back into the Smallville series, in the series finale, he pushed out the Darkseid planet out of orbit, saving the Earth. That's first off. But besides Superman, if you were to choose somebody, I would say Green Lantern would be the next best choice, because he can also use the entire Green Lantern Corps to push away the meteor or the planet with their power rings.
So can I poke a hole in your argument for the first one?
Of course.
I don't know why, but anything that comes from space always has a chunk of kryptonite in it for some reason. In every comic book, like for some reason, apparently kryptonite is like made
in
everywhere.
The meteor, right?
Yeah.
I also thought that we had to pick a different hero for like each thing. Because he had picked Superman for like
every question.
Everything. But I thought we had to pick, so I didn't pick.
That was my obvious choice.
Yeah, Superman is an obvious choice, but I do feel like in all the comics that I read, like there's another chunk of kryptonite, or like another asteroid that came from Krypton.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because in the Smallville series, everything did have kryptonite except the Darkseid planet. That was the only thing that didn't have kryptonite.
Okay. And then everybody had a piece too.
Yeah.
Everybody got a piece.
Frank, what do you think about Green Lantern, his choice of Green Lantern?
Well, my first pick is Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Okay.
Hal Jordan, though. He's like,
Hal Jordan specifically, why did you pick him?
Because he's the most powerful Green Lantern besides Sinestro, but Sinestro turns sides. So Hal Jordan is the most powerful Green Lantern, and he, in the comics, he had stopped a whole meteor shower with the ring, and like Elvis said, he could just get help from like Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner, the rest of the.
Doesn't he have weakness to the color yellow though?
Not the color yellow, the like parallax.
Yellow stones,
the parallax.
They take away the power of the ring.
Okay. So
like if there was yellow stones,
if it's yellow meteors, and then what?
But that would be really.
But I have a backup for that, Dr. Manhattan.
I was thinking about that too.
I didn't know if we could pick Watchmen characters.
I was thinking. No, we said comic book. I was thinking about that. The reason I didn't pick him is he probably wouldn't give a
hoot
something. He wouldn't give many things about things.
I figured that too. That's why he was my second choice. But I picked him because I figured if the Green Lanterns couldn't stop it, I mean, and I wanted to save Superman for later, that he'd be my next choice.
Okay, so my first choice was Silver Surfer, cosmic being. Like depending on who's writing him, like he can either be like take on Galactus and beat the
poop out of him.
Yes, that out of him. Or, wow, not cursing is really hard. Not that I ever curse. But like sometimes they write him and he's like just like a regular superhero. Like he's as strong as like
Superman?
No, like weaker. Like it depends on who writes him. Like, they'll make him like as strong as one of the Fantastic Four.
And not always is he a good guy either, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the Fantastic Four movie, then he like
and he didn't talk.
Not himself, but he used.
He worked with Galactus.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, actually, in the comic books, originally he was. I don't know if you guys know his origin, but if you don't know, like he was actually the servant of Galactus.
And he would like scout out the planets.
Yeah, because
He was gonna destroy
he's
his
like,
planet.
yeah, he's like, hey, don't destroy my planet, and I will serve you. And he turned him into
But I
his
have a
herald.
question.
Yeah.
Why is it a surfboard and not anything else? Can't he just fly? Does he need the board? Like,
The board apparently, well,
Gives him the power, doesn't
the
it?
comic book reason is that the board is where he gets his power from, and well, some of his power from and stuff, like power cosmic is access through there. The real reason is just because like back in the day, it just looked bad buttocks.
and
Bad
surfing was
things
big, I guess.
in a good way. What? Yeah, I
Surfing
guess.
was big, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. But anyway, Silver Surfer, I think if the the well written, well, the well fully powered Silver Surfer, I think
And the
would be
good guy.
best. Yeah, because I feel like the power cosmic, he's like a very outer spacey kind of guy, and also he has like a lot of powers and no real weakness.
Not sure. I didn't even think about
Superman could beat him though. That's a weakness.
Well, the thing is with Superman, the meteor, like I said, a lot of
That's Green Lantern. With Green Lantern, green kryptonite.
yeah, for some reason it's gonna
Or
have
red kryptonite.
Yeah.
It drives him crazy.
Yeah. My second choice was Batman. I know a lot of people would
I
disagree
saved him
with,
for later.
well, a lot of people
I was
would
gonna
disagree.
pick him.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna-
I saved him for later as well.
Yeah, I saved him for later. I was gonna pick him to help you, but I mean, I had to save him because I didn't want to repeat characters.
Yeah. A lot of people will probably disagree with
Like
me.
Elvis said, he picked Superman for everything. I picked Batman for everything.
Anything, but I feel like a meteor is something that you can prepare for. Like it's not gonna just come like and be like, oh, it's gonna hit us like in like 2 minutes. Oh, okay.
And in
cool,
Batman's
done.
defense,
Yeah.
in the Dark Knight Rises movie, he was able to evade a nuclear bomb. So I'm sure he could handle some meteors
true,
or
yeah.
planets.
Yeah, and like I forgot what it was called, but remember he had that like fail-safe in case like the Justice League went rogue. Like he was able to have like a backup plan to defeat every single.
Oh, Justice League
superhero.
Doom or whatever.
Yeah, but there's actually you're talking about the
movie.
Yeah, there's actually a
the
comic book.
Tower of
For what they-
Babel, I think, or Babel. Or something.
Okay,
I don't know. I'll find out for you, but.
But anyway, like that kind of guy will be
Someone will
prepared
probably
for this
comment
sort of
on
scenario. Yeah.
I see your points in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to? You guys want to say any other points before we move on to a different scenario?
I think I'm good with this one.
Yeah, I said Hal Jordan and Dr. Manhattan. I'll stick with those. So.
Okay.
And Batman.
Dr. Manhattan, if he puts on some clothes and he decides to care for once.
Wait, Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan reminds me of some of my students. They don't put on proper clothing and they don't seem to care.
All right, Dr. Manhattan when he first started out in the undies, in the underwear. that Dr. Manhattan. Okay, that one.
Yes, students should wear underwear. That's good. I'm gonna let Frank pick the next scenario. Where do you want to go to?
Should we go in order or should
No,
we?
whatever you want. Whichever one you want to talk about.
All right. Well,
What interests you the most?
All right. Well, the one I had fun writing was the zombie virus.
Okay. So, just so you guys know.
I'll go first and then
Yeah.
we'll go. Okay.
By you guys, I mean I'm speaking into this silver mic, but I'm sure it's actually people inside there.
Little.
Hello. The other students are looking at me weird. Okay. This scenario obviously is like Walking Dead style, or like
That's why I figured it.
yeah, like a zombie virus, or like I forgot the Marvel comic. What are the Marvel? Oh, it's Marvel Zombies.
Marvel
Zombies. Yeah. So just who would we pick to handle that situation?
Marvel Zombies Christmas special. My first pick was Batman because not only is he like top rated in hand-to-hand combat in both universes, he also is. I figured he'd be.
Wait, what do you mean? How did you?
IGN rated him.
Oh,
the
really?
top. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if that's reliable.
What was
but-
IGN?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying they rated him the top. Him and Deathstroke, the Terminator, was number 2. So I picked Batman, and he's also like a physics major, so I'm sure he could come up with a cure if anybody. And we could use
He's
the
a physics
key.
major.
Yeah, he studied physics, and
He
chemistry
studied
and all
like
that.
everything. He's like
Everything. He's brilliant.
he's the Keanu Reeves of
The,
comic book heroes.
and we could fall out to the cave. That could be a fallout shelter.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
Well,
That's
And
what
Alfred-
you were saving him for.
yeah, the zombie.
Okay.
Should I say my second choice? Because
Yeah.
I also have,
Well, do you want to comment about his first choice first of all?
my first choice was, of course, like I said, I picked Superman for everything because Superman, he's impenetrable. He can't be beaten.
Superman. You're my hero.
He's such like the obvious hero to pick.
Yeah.
He's like a sellout. Okay, if you pick him, you're a sellout.
An aside, Elvis's favorite superhero, if you hadn't guessed by now. I think you know by now. But anyway.
But aside Tim, I would agree with Frank. I did also choose Batman for the zombie virus because if you think about it, he's one of the most intelligent superheroes.
Oh, you guys actually agreed on something for once?
For once,
What,
right?
we don't agree on things?
You guys are always arguing in the class. You guys never agree on anything.
Well, this is one thing you
This
can
is
say.
comics. This is serious.
Batman.
This is serious, okay? This is serious. This is comic books.
No, I'm talking about comic books. You guys are always like, okay. Well, anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack you. Go ahead.
I did also choose Batman because he, like I said, he's intelligent. He can figure out, like Frank said, a cure, and his detective skills would help keep people alive in terms of finding a good route for them to take to get into the Batcave or whatever. Mm-hmm. And also his utilities of weapons will give a good chance of survival to taking out all the zombies because if there's a zombie apocalypse, you need to take them out. You can't just leave them living around there.
And I'm also sure that like he's got like a ton of Batmobiles. So if everybody piled into the cars, and he has connections to like Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, Red Robin, you know, all of them. Okay. He has connections to all of them, and Oliver Queen and you know the Green Arrow. So
just do it once. Elvis is crinkling in bed because he wants to eat a cookie. Here, just do it once. There you go. Okay. So, do you guys mind if I talk about some of my picks?
Yeah, sure. Of course.
I have like one pick, and then the other picks are sort of all related. So, my first pick was
for a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Question from DC Comics.
I know. I'm familiar with him. Why?
Because he'd be paranoid enough and weird enough to figure it out ahead of time and have already had thought about it for months in advance. Like, oh, shoot, I got to do this. Like, oh, no, but if, like, if he eats grilled cheese, that means that she's going to get the virus because what?
Wouldn't Batman as well, though?
Okay, the Question would be the only person in the entire universe that is more paranoid and more creatively psycho than Batman. Okay. The only one.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the cave, the gadgets. It's just him.
Yeah, but I feel like he would prepare.
I feel like the Question and Rorschach are the same person.
I feel like Rorschach is more. They're both paranoid, but Rorschach
it's not as smart, not as intelligent, not as creative.
Yeah, and I think he also is a little bit more. Lends himself more to the violent bent, and I feel like the Question is more towards like the conspiracy theory, like thinking about. They both talk about conspiracy theories, but they just handle it a little differently.
What if they work together?
I would be scared.
I don't think they either have partners.
Dogs everywhere would be dead.
Which Question though? I'm not familiar with their names, but there's two Questions. There's the original Question, and then now they have a new one.
I guess I'm talking about the new one. I don't know. Like
which one? The girl or the boy?
The dude.
The dude. That's the original one.
Okay, I'm thinking about the one. If you guys watched the
Justice League show.
Yeah, Unlimited. That one.
Yeah,
I watched.
Me too. That's the original Question. That's
whenever I think of like iconic characters for DC, I always think of the Justice League TV show or Batman the Animated Series. Like I feel like they handled.
Like that's all like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Me too, that's like to me like the.
They have all the writers too, but.
Yeah, I mean that's the iconic thing. Any movie, even the comic books. I'm like.
Do you like Batman Beyond too?
Yeah. Me
too. I thought it was cool. Yeah. They should make a movie.
But it was only cool because of the way they wrote it.
True.
I felt like we're getting off but I felt like the first season was the best because it was the most arcy. But anyway. So my second choice is actually a bunch of choices, but they're all the same theme.
Okay.
Scientists like Hank Pym, like Ant-Man, or Mr. Fantastic, or who else would fall under that umbrella? What other super nerds
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, although actually he might be good because
he could rage out.
Well, also he's also very much into like body chemistry, so he's like very.
And he might not be able to get infected either.
Oh yeah,
because he already has that.
Actually, the Hulk might be the best pick.
Tony Stark too, but he's more like by Batman kind of.
He's also more like bionic. Like I feel like he's more about like technology
machinery
more than I feel like. So if I had to re-rank it, actually I would go
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner 1.
See?
Hank Pym and Mr. Fantastic, though, I'd rank them like co-2.
Ant-Man, Hank, I'd put a little higher because I don't like Mr. Fantastic personally.
Did he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did he do something
Did he
to you?
eat your chocolate?
No, I don't like him. I don't like the Fantastic
Did he
Four.
kick your dog or something with his stretchy leg? Oh, there's Frank. Let me kick his dog.
Is that why Joe's tooth?
That's why Joe's tooth fell out. My dog's tooth fell out. That's why his tooth fell out.
Take that, Frank. You guys have a long-standing rivalry going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just weird. Okay. You want to pick the... Wait, do we have anything else to say about the zombie virus scenario?
I also have 2 more choices.
Yeah, go for it.
My next would be Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex, why?
Because one, he's a badass cowboy, so he could like kill a bunch of zombies, and he has like mystical powers from Native Americans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he could like shield survivors from getting infected with his powers, maybe. And my third choice
Do
would
you
be.
think that would work? Alex, what do you think?
I don't know. It's an
I
option.
don't really know. It just depending on what
Do you think
happens.
mystical powers? But like, this is like this is like a virus, you know?
I guess so.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know. Me neither. I just said it because he's cool.
Because it sounded
basically.
cool. Yeah.
And the comedian because he's badass enough that he would survive. Stockpile of weapons.
Well, but would he be able? I'm sure he would be able to survive, but would he be able to help the scenario, the situation?
The survivors and stuff. And
Yeah,
maybe,
like help, like
end the.
would you be the one? Would you want him to be the one to help best? Help
I'd rather
the
have
cure?
him than nobody.
Well, yeah, I'd also rather be punched in the face than be thrown off a cliff, but I don't want to do either. You know?
All right.
I mean,
That's why Batman's my first pick. And now I'm thinking about Bruce Banner is a good pick too, but Batman because he's got the.
No, I didn't think of the fact that he might be, resistant to it and the virus itself, and that he has, good knowledge of organic chemistry and stuff.
Just thinking about it now, I would say in terms of protection against the zombies, I would go with like a Green Arrow
Or Superman.
Of course, Superman, obviously. Or if Deadshot wanted to stay alive, maybe he decided to help out people because Green Arrow, he's the best archer there is, so he can take out all these zombies. But on the other hand, Deadshot.
I'll also agree with Elvis and add someone on to those two. I'd add Deathstroke to those guys.
Okay, yeah.
Because Deathstroke, along with having marksmanship and stuff, has like superhuman powers. Mm-hmm. So like all of his senses are enhanced. So I'd pick him too to go with those.
Which is not pointed out on the new series Arrow. Just making him like terrible, but
who Deadshot?
Yeah, they make him not badass. Like his mask looks
just
like
a random
and
dude.
Deathstroke, both of them.
Deadshot and Deathstroke. I meant Deathstroke. Yeah.
Deadshot is just like some random hobo. It's like, hey.
No, he has
I
like
got a gun.
this monocle. Like it's not like the mask. It's like this big monocle. It's stupid. I don't know.
I'm the Penguin. I mean Deadshot.
And he died in the same episode.
He got shot in the eye, and then in the one good eye.
I can see everything with this.
And then he fell and he didn't move. You'll see when you watch it.
Okay.
So I think we should move on.
I keep hearing about
Get
this
sidetracked.
Green Arrow thing, but I gotta check it out. Okay. Your pick, Elvis.
All right.
What,
Actually, it doesn't
scenario?
even have to be. It doesn't even have to be on the list. Actually, you can pick whatever. But.
Well, I kind of want to go to the alien invasion. So
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, just for you people inside my tiny little mic. Hello, little people. We're talking about obviously an alien invasion. For example, either the Kree or the Skrull or like the Martians that invaded John's planet and then invaded Earth. So those kinds of scenarios.
I also want to say something. Me and Elvis had the same pick.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah,
we didn't even talk ahead of time.
We didn't know about it.
This was both of our pick.
You guys stop cheating off each other's papers, okay?
I think this is the obvious choice.
Okay.
I think this would be an obvious choice.
Oh, can you?
You pause it.
Yeah. Okay, now we have someone else at the table, and her name is Charlie. Say hello to the little people inside the mic, Charlie.
Hi, little people inside the mic.
No, that wasn't that funny. I don't know why I laughed. Okay, so just to fill her in, we're talking about alien invasions.
We talked about zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And
I didn't have a good year.
Meteor.
Oh, you were sad. Wait, actually, let's. Okay, so Charlie is obsessed with zombies. She looks kind of creepy too, like a zombie. Yeah, who said that? Who's that teacher? He's a horrible role model. So, what do you want to weigh in on this? Because I know you. This is near and dear to
So
your
we'll go
heart.
back to the
Yeah.
zombies.
What do you want? Okay.
I don't really have a superhero. If there was a zombie apocalypse, I would probably say Wolverine, because it'd be kind of hard to, bite into him because of, his body.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we didn't think of that.
And, he could punch them and then, his claws could pop out and just kill them instantly. So, yeah.
Okay.
He'd be a good survivor to have on your team.
Just to let you know, we kind of decided on. Some people said Batman as their top for that.
I mean, yeah, Batman is pretty good, but, you can't outrun them forever, so.
Yeah, but Wolverine doesn't have the ability to stop the infection. Batman's could come up with an infection and use the cave as a fallout shelter.
But I mean, Wolverine is crazy. They're just
Frank-
probably running
True.
around killing everybody.
Frank brought up the point that the Hulk.
Oh yeah, the Hulk dude.
He
Monster.
might not be resistant to the virus, and also as the doctor, as Dr. Bruce Banner, he's very familiar with organic chemistry and stuff like that.
So if Batman, the Hulk, and Wolverine work together, be over in 2 days.
yeah, the Bat Hulkovine. I love that guy. I have dinner with him all the time.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you want to say, Elvis, about the alien invasion?
Well, as
Sure.
you all guessed inside the little microphone, of course, Superman's #1 pick. You already know.
Elvis picking Superman again? That's crazy
Shocking,
talk.
right?
I'll go on record as picking Batman.
Spoiler
again.
alert, he's gonna pick Superman. Okay.
But like I said, aside from Superman, one of the best choices for me will be Martian Manhunter.
I agreed with that.
Yeah, because he can use all
Actually,
the
I agree
abilities he
with that.
has.
That's a
Yeah.
good pick, yeah.
All the abilities he has. He can shift into anybody he wants to, so he can essentially take out any alien invasion that's, from the inside that's trying to invade the Earth.
And he knows their language. He
Yeah,
knows their
right away.
culture.
Oh, that's true.
He's
And
like,
mind control. He just
and he has mind control, and he could go through people.
Okay, I have 2 rebuttals to that though.
Okay.
First of all, if you guys remember his origin story in the what's it called, Justice League?
The movie. Yeah.
Yeah, he was that little wussy, and he got scared by the other aliens, right? And he's scared of fire. And fire is everywhere. That's like being scared of
Water?
water or
Yeah, but
the
if you,
air.
do you remember in the movie who made him?
Oh
become
my God! It's the
Superman?
floor. The floor is everywhere. It's touching me everywhere.
In the movie, Batman influenced him to be a superhero. If, So
Yeah, yeah,
technically,
yeah.
Batman saved the aliens too.
So I feel like John is a good pick, but I feel like he has some fatal flaws as well. But his I do agree his strengths are very strong. So that's why I'm kind of teetering back and forth.
I understand what you say with the fear of the fire and all that, but
And also, he got whooped by the. If you're talking about the aliens on Mars, at least he got whooped by them before they came to Earth.
yeah, but since then,
Yeah,
that
but he
could
got-
be-
He has.
He got his
yes.
revenge.
But he's also got. He's a lot more seasoned now.
And
Yeah,
tougher.
they interpreted
He
them
tastes
different ways.
delicious now.
And when Superman and him
Martian Manhunter.
when Superman and
Know what
him
I'm
worked
having
together, when him and Superman worked together, they were able to defeat, the whole.
Oh yeah, between
Alien race.
if you have him and Superman teaming up, yeah.
Batman was there. Green Lantern was there.
Superman, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Superman
So those are your 2 picks. Okay. Are you ready?
I would say Thor. Because, in the Avengers, he actually fought against, these
That's
weird
true. The aliens. That's true.
And
He is an alien technically.
well, he's a demigod. So.
Well, I guess it depends on how you.
In the movies, portray him as more of an alien, but yeah,
If
she's
I
right.
may, I would actually want to go against that because
Oh.
Ooh, rivalry.
just
Okay.
because in the new cartoon animated
I
series
am
that is
Superman.
out, it's not even about Superman. Well, a little bit.
a little tiny bit.
But in the animated series, Marvel's the Earth's Greatest Heroes that it's on Disney XD.
Disney kills it. It's okay though.
Actually, that's a pretty good
It's
show.
a pretty good show, and
Yeah, I like the way they're doing it.
each of the Avengers were essentially captured, and was it the Skrull?
Oh, you're
or the
talking about
Kree?
season 1.
Yeah.
Are you talking about with Loki or no? Are you talking about
No,
the
when-
Kree?
when
Oh,
the
season
Kree-
2.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
the Kree invaded the
I'm
Avengers.
actually in the middle of watching this right now, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
When the Kree invaded the Avengers, it essentially captured each and every one of them. They did escape eventually later on, but they still captured them. So I don't think they separately can do much damage in terms of if aliens come through.
Yeah, I think
Although
that is one portrayal.
Yeah.
You know, like
that is
in the
one,
comic
yeah.
books, like
he's different. He's
well,
much more
also,
like godlike in the comics.
There's there's the Thor in the comics that's like, separate from the dude, and then like who's like he's a regular dude, and he also has that alternate personality. Or there's a Thor that's I'm Thor, it's me.
Well,
like
I
that's the version
Thor
that's
when
in the
he's-
movies.
I like Thor when he's portrayed as Odin, like more like older and more like I don't know, more seasoned, I guess, because then he's like takes things very seriously.
Yeah.
But I think I also picked a
His
Marvel.
beard looks awesome.
True. I also picked a Marvel character for this Alien Invasion. I picked, besides Martian Manhunter, I picked Wolverine because he can't die, so he could keep going. He doesn't have fatigue. Or anything.
Actually, that's a
he can't
pretty
fatigue,
interesting
right?
pick, yeah.
So
Because like an alien
yeah,
invasion, you
can't
just
tire
gotta
out.
like.
Keep fighting them until they
wait, yeah.
stop.
If I was going with an alien invasion, again, I might use Silver Surfer, but I already used it, so I'm not going to say that.
Oh yeah, that's right, Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
That-
'cause
that-
anything
that-
cosmic, I tend to go there, but
I can see how that works.
I would actually. So I'm not going to pick him because I already picked him. But if I picked the next pick, I would go Green Lantern.
That was gonna be my second. pick,
I feel like
yeah.
Green Lantern, in terms of anything cosmic,
I mean,
he's
he
like
is
the,
out there, so.
he's like the protector, not just of Earth, but that galaxy, right? So
Yeah,
And if you
Galaxy
think about
space.
it, if you want to think about maybe making peace with them, in the Green Lantern Corps, there's a bunch of different races, not just humans.
true.
It's a
So the
bunch of different
aliens might have a representative in the Green
Exactly.
Lantern. There you go. You
the
see?
Green UN.
Yeah, right.
The Green N.
That actually sounds better than the UN.
They have their own planet. They have their own planet.
A lot more interesting than the UN, I
Yeah.
can tell you that.
Those like those little blue dudes with the giant heads. Yeah.
Ugh.
I hate those guys. I don't know why.
You hate them?
They're
Why?
very arrogant.
True. And the Green Lantern movie sucked.
And they
Yeah.
keep kicking Frank's dog.
Yeah,
we
that
had a
too.
joke about this before.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense then either. Anything else before we move on that one?
No.
Superman, that's it.
Batman.
I'm not sticking to one
Alien
person.
invasion.
Batman. Come on.
Batman
feel like-
useless.
No,
towards
okay, it
Whoa.
depends.
No, I mean like if you're
Slow
fighting
down.
outside of the planet.
How
he would be
dare you?
useless.
You take that back, good sir.
Okay. First of
I'm
all,
talking-
I challenge you to a duel.
Okay, like if he's fighting outside of Earth first before they actually start to like invade.
I'm sure he
then
has. I'm
would
sure
be
he has a
useless.
spacesuit. All right.
Yeah, but if he, well, I agree. But if he had like months and months to plan and he knew about this, I think he would be a very good pick. But
Not even. I'm sure he has like
Yeah.
a spacesuit. Of course,
Uh-huh.
he has everything but a spacesuit. No.
yeah, but if it was like
But he never
if
had-
it just happened, the more cosmic players are probably better.
He
to
obviously
handle.
has a spacesuit because when
Well,
he's
the
in the
Justice
Justice
League,
League,
they
yeah,
are in
they're
space,
Yeah,
but-
they're in space. So, you come out.
And Superman,
Yeah.
if you noticed in the animated series, he did not need a spacesuit, but he had a spacesuit, so he could just lend Batman that spacesuit.
I never understood that. That's the one thing that gets me so angry. Sometimes they put Superman with a spacesuit, and sometimes he's not. He doesn't
Well,
need it.
a
I
lot
don't
of
think he
times
needs
that
it.
spacesuit also is really for
Kryptonite.
it's
Oh.
it's a lead suit.
So
That-
then
that
he
makes
could, he
sense.
could then he could take out the meteor then if he had the suit on.
Well, you know what always happens though? Every comic
The
book
suit
or every
rips.
episode, yeah, the suit always rips. What is that suit made out of? Like
Lead.
It's like made out of like cotton candy.
It's made out of cheap lead.
It's like pencil lead. Pencil lead.
Made in the
Superman,
Pakistan.
like put in the extra $1 or $10 or whatever, buy a better suit.
He doesn't even
It's
buy
worth
it.
it.
In the show, the scientists made all these suits for him, so it's like an
Well, it's
aquatic
mustard.
You're
suit.
like, let's mess with Superman and poke
Yeah.
some holes in it and give it to him. Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think we're good on the
we're good.
invasion.
Okay.
That was funny.
I'll let you pick the next one, Charlie. It doesn't have to be on the list, but a scenario. Actually, let's wrap up with this one. I'll give you one scenario to pick that we haven't talked about yet of the end of the world. Oh, do you either this list or anything off the top of your head?
Okay, how about Unstoppable Being?
Okay,
The
unstoppable being. So we're
okay.
talking about like
Superman.
Galactus,
Galactus.
Darkseid. Who else is there?
Darkseid, like
Oh.
Doomsday,
Doomsday.
Batman.
Seriously?
I really don't think that would.
So we're talking about a physically, not just like not like a Loki type, but more like a force, like a big force, right?
Like Galactus
I
was
picked
eating the
Superman.
planet.
This one
Yeah.
I picked Superman for.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Well,
have to.
Because even though he got killed by Doomsday,
Elvis picking Superman again?
even though he got killed by Doomsday, I mean, he beat, he comes back and beats him.
Well,
And he defeated Darkseid,
when
too.
Doomsday killed him, Superman beat Doomsday.
As well, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna pause this. The janitor's gonna... So we're picking up where we left off. The janitor walked in, so I'm trying to remember where we.
The
ended.
Unstoppable Being.
Unstoppable Being. So who wants to weigh in first?
Okay, so
Okay, we'll go this
I
way.
actually have a tag team. You know.
Tag team.
Yes, a tag team. Silver Surfer.
A single hero. Apparently, someone doesn't read the question. No, okay.
I know, but I'm saying like,
What else
alright.
you?
Wrong.
I agree with her. I also picked.
Wait, you didn't even. She
Oh
didn't
my
say her
God.
thing. How could you agree with it?
No,
Okay,
I picked
go.
Silver Surfer.
Go,
I
go.
Silver
picked Silver
Surfer,
Surfer.
because you know, in Fantastic Four, as a Silver Surfer, he stopped Galactus, and Superman, obviously, because you know he's.
I picked the same two people.
So but they would be working together.
Yes. Like,
How?
Silverman.
Yeah. So,
Super Surfer?
Super Surfer.
like if they.
I am a very good surfer. I'm here to save you,
'cause,
man.
like, if he's fighting Doomsday, like you remember when he would pass through Johnny, he would like lose his power or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
He-
Oh,
if
you're
he
talking
were
about
to
the
pass-
movie version, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
if he was to pass through Doomsday, Doomsday would probably lose his powers, and Superman could kick his ass, and the world would be saved.
Although I feel like that was a very contrived scenario that was made
I
just
feel like-
for the movie.
oh,
Like I
yeah.
don't think there was ever a like because most movies like they take it off of the comic book and like they did. I think Rise of Galactus was the issue that they mirrored it off of, but the part with the powers thing, where with the powers losing and all that stuff, like that was
They just
completely
did that for the
made up
movie.
for the movie because they just wanted to make the effects cool. I think.
Yeah, but if they did that too, then he would be. If they did that in the comic book, he'd be way too powerful.
Yeah.
So,
But okay. What do you get? Oh, you also agreed with her, right?
Superman and Silver Surfer. Superman first, Silver Surfer.
Frank, you gotta think for yourself, man.
Let me pick somebody.
Stop being a follower.
Don't be.
Let
influenced by
Elvis go. I'll think of somebody while he's.
No, that's cool.
I don't know. That's what I really picked Superman and then Silver Surfer because
Okay.
Silver Surfer is the most powerful being in the Marvel universe,
Alright.
and Superman and I guess the Hulk or Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of thinking about like Superman, Hulk. kind of
Superman.
relation.
Superman, really?
But yeah, haha, I picked Superman again. But honestly, it's the most legit choice. He's one of the most powerful, if not the powerful.
Superman? Again?
But what I was just thinking, maybe Doctor Strange could use his use his magic powers on it.
No, actually,
his sidekick Zatanna. I
A
mean,
lot of unstoppable beings, like magic seems to be one of their
Yes.
weaknesses. Like Superman's one of his big
Yeah,
weaknesses
exactly.
is
Well, if we're
magic.
gonna pick a magical character, let's pick Captain Marvel because he's Superman with magic powers. Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Doctor Strange and Superman.
like, if you would just take all the heroes with magic powers against all those unstoppable beings, I think they would take him out.
Well,
I'm
I
sure
think Doctor
Galactus
Strange
could-
would beat
Yeah,
Captain Marvel.
Doctor Strange is
Although,
really
what
strong.
about if we're talking about magical beings? What about another Doctor, Doctor Fate?
Doctor Strange is better because it's DC, DC. So
Yeah. DC over Marvel any day. Just
Any
saying.
day.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey.
Doctor Fate is DC and Doctor Strange is Marvel.
no, wait, isn't that what we said?
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
got it
What did we
backwards.
say? Did I get it
Doctor Fate is
backwards?
DC and Doctor.
That's what we said. I thought.
No, but you said
Oh, is
He
that
said
what I
Doctor Strange. I thought he said Doctor Fate.
Oh, I thought that's what I was talking
he
about.
said Doctor Strange.
Are you sure?
Okay, so that's what I meant. Doctor.
Okay, so Doctor Fate then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
You should have corrected him when he said Zatanna because
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
Oh, yeah, I
Zatanna.
said that
Yeah,
too.
he said his sidekick.
Okay.
Zatanna.
That's a sidekick.
Okay, so Doctor Fate.
I was clearly paying very close attention to everything you said.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else?
You keep speaking. I am listening attentively. Okay.
I say Captain Marvel. And Superman.
Okay. This my pick. So you're gonna probably
Disagree?
tell me that you
Like
know
I did
that was a
earlier,
BS move that I'm doing, but Dr. Manhattan.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
but you know what I said before about
You
the
can't,
fact that he's
because you just told me
no,
this.
but okay. So
Okay.
let me speak.
Okay.
I'm doing hand gestures. You can't see it in the little mic. Okay. Dr. Manhattan's problem is he doesn't give a
Hoot.
about
About Hoot.
exactly. But things that interest him are like anomalies, miracles, things that are astronomically almost impossible. An unstoppable being would actually get his attention. He would find it interesting. He would be engaged. That's why I think this would be different rather than when you said the meteor scenario. You know, with the meteor scenario, it's like
possible.
you'd just be like, yeah. Living beings and dead beings have the same number of cells.
He'd probably just say,
Yeah, but
You're gonna
wouldn't
die
he do the same
anyway.
thing? Wouldn't he be interested and want to watch this person? Like if Doomsday came, wouldn't he want to like watch him
He would probably want
and
to
see what he
study.
does?
Well, he would probably
But
let
study
you-
him. Right.
I think he'd want to see what his capabilities are, though. He'd
So
want
a
to go
couple
head to
thousand
head
people
with
will
him.
die first before he saves everything.
Yeah, so he'll wait like New York
It's like,
get destroyed.
oh, he's like,
Oh, so
that
my
is,
hand
maybe
just
like,
sunk. That's
that is
wonderful.
interesting. All those people died. Okay, fine, I'll do something. But he would eventually, because he'd be like a little curious. I think the scientist in him would.
What
be
about
like,
your second pick? Did you pick somebody else?
My second pick would be blank sheet. I didn't write Superman because Elvis keeps saying Superman, so I didn't want to.
Say that. Okay.
It's a hard one because
Fine.
you're thinking an unstoppable being.
Fine, Superman.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Superman. Okay, I said it.
If you had to pick a superhero without powers besides Batman to stop an unstoppable being, who'd you pick?
But I don't think it would work. It's an
Can't be
unstoppable
Batman.
It
being. I
wouldn't
don't-
work, but they,
Like the point
hypothetically
I'm sure Green
speaking-
Arrow could handle it.
No,
No,
like,
no.
like
You don't
the,
think so?
Like the point that you made earlier, you said that if Batman would have maybe a couple months to know.
I know.
about the
What about
unstoppable
Iron
being,
Man?
but
I was just gonna say,
still
Iron
don't think
Man-
that would work. I really
Iron Man could take him out. He doesn't
No, I
have
don't think
powers.
so.
Um,
I don't
well,
think
Besides
so.
no.
Batman,
An unstoppable being, like if Iron Man
wasn't
was
Loki
fighting
an
against-
unstoppable being?
That's
No,
like trying to kill
no.
Superman if he's impervious. to
Loki
kryptonite.
was more about like the plans and stuff. Like he is strong, but he's not like if Iron Man went up against Doomsday, Doomsday would just be like,
Yeah, I think so.
I think. I mean, obviously.
What do you think if Batman had time to plan? You think he could beat Doomsday? He come up with
I
something.
think it's possible.
I do too. I think that would be the time he'd contract Superman's help.
Yeah, I think it's within the realm of possibility. Iron Man, I don't think he's not even the same.
What about anybody else?
If I had to pick someone to beat, like someone like,
Darkseid, Doomsday.
and you said no powers.
Well, can I just say something
Yeah.
before you? Actually, you know Darkseid.
Yeah.
Batman actually in the comic books and Final Crisis killed Darkseid. Batman.
That's beautiful.
Ironically, by shooting him, he shot him with like this bullet that Superman and scientists like came up with to kill Doomsday, and he shot him. So he beat
Batman
him.
didn't like guns.
Yeah, I know. Well, he had to use it
Big
to.
contradiction,
I
but
know,
it's okay.
exactly. That's why it's ironic.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny? Okay, I can't think of anyone, but no one's talked about Spider-Man.
'Cause he's
such
terrible.
Okay, let me.
No, don't,
No,
stop.
no. I'm
You're
going
gonna
to rant
disrespect
right now.
him.
Spider-Man is just.
He's a
there.
sidekick.
He's just there.
Like,
Okay, for
Spider-Man-
people who like Spider-Man, he's great. I love you, Spider-Man. I don't want to offend people.
The only thing Spider-Man could probably take on is a bunch of bank robbers. No offense to
I think
the
you say a
fans
bunch
out
of
there.
flies.
He's like Bucky. He's Captain America's sidekick. That's what he's like.
Yeah, he's
He's
a
worse than
sidekick.
Robin.
He's not even Winter Soldier. He's Bucky.
He's
the
Bucky
kid
with
version.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesus
he's just
Christ,
there.
that
The
is
only the
ridiculous.
Nightwing head to head with him. Come on. That's
Nightwing would
But
take
it's
on.
not like
Like that.
Spider-Man's only
lot of
power is to
Spider-Man
be able
haters
to
here. I
climb
didn't know
walls.
that.
I mean,
Spider-Man does have
okay,
strength too.
Spider-Man does have strength, but if he was to go head to head with like the Hulk, or
I mean, obviously. I mean,
Like Superboy.
or if he was to go up against Hawkeye or Black Widow, he'd get his ass
again, going
kicked,
back
okay?
to Avengers Greatest Heroes, Disney XD.
Okay, yes, I understand. They joined forces.
Keep
I
saying
saw
the
that
channel
episode.
over and over.
Making sure
Disney
people know.
XC, 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time.
We're being
Catch it now.
We're being sponsored by them. They're sponsoring us.
Oh, and Batman anime series
Brought
is
to you
on the
by
hub.
Disney
It's
XD.
on the hub. Batman's
I know
on the
that,
hub.
yeah, I know
So.
that. Okay.
But in that channel,
Yeah.
they also have an Ultimate Spider-Man where he ends up fighting the Hulk, and he doesn't get beat up because Spider-Man basically throws like cars with his web, throws cars at him, and
Okay,
they're like
but-
at a standstill.
So he runs away and he goes,
Throws throwing cars.
Okay, but
I gotta
the
go
way
now.
the creators did it was so that Spider-Man could win. But if they were real and they were to go head to head, Hawk would destroy him.
But
Exactly.
Spider-Man
okay,
has
so
a
guys,
spidey
let's bring it
sense.
back. Okay, so can we think of anyone for unstoppable being other besides Superman I said Dr. Manhattan. Very intelligent choice by
I actually agree with
Okay,
you.
I
would
said
love to see Dr.
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel
Captain Marvel.
So
Okay.
and Superman, but besides,
And you said Doctor Strange or
Dr. Fate.
Doctor Fate or Doctor
or
Strange.
either
yeah.
or, either or.
Okay.
Or magical beings. Yeah, I think that sums it up because you're talking about unstoppable beings. That's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Martian
Houdini-like
Manhunter if there's no
characters.
fire around. Oh no! There's a campfire. They're Boy Scouts. Run away!
It could be worse. He could be afraid of water, and our atmosphere has
When
water.
nobody ever said Aquaman for anything.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Aquaman, he's like Spider-Man.
he
He's
gets
just
a lot
like
of hate.
there.
I love him.
Yo, man.
He's awesome.
They tried to make a
yeah.
Aquaman show called Mercy Reef on CW, but
Oh, yeah, I
they
saw it.
didn't want it.
Yeah.
Mercy Reef. That sounds like a place I'd get seafood.
And it's funny that the guy that was gonna play Aquaman in the show was the one that actually ended up playing Green Arrow in Smallville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find that kind of ironic, but
I feel like Aquaman
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
shafted. Like everyone hates on him.
Well, that's why they made him a more serious character in the DC New 52. If you read the trade or whatever, that they made him like really darker and more serious because they want him. I think because they're gonna lead up to like a story that features him as like the main character or a movie.
I mean, I hope they
Or a
do
show.
because
they
I
have
would
to
love
because
to
the
take him
Justice League
serious.
movie's coming in soon.
True.
Well, how do you take serious someone who's wearing not just green spandex, scaly green spandex,
You could change. There's
Mermaid Man?
multiple
and an
like
orange like mesh chain shirt?
costumes. But did you see the other one?
I've
There's
seen
the-
people wear
Mermaid
that
Man
shirt in
from
Chelsea.
SpongeBob?
There's the guy. There's the Green Lantern with the short hair, and then he has the long hair and the beard, and he wears the black long sleeve. So you could do that.
So he's a biker.
No, he's
That could swim.
No,
He's a biker who bikes in the water.
Wait, has anybody mentioned Flash? Like,
Oh yeah, Flash
could just run really
Flash
fast.
is awesome though.
He could have been even used for the zombie apocalypse because
yeah,
he's a scientist as well.
he could
Well,
run
it
with
depends on
Which
swords
one?
like this.
Whoa.
Actually,
Not Wally West.
But Barry Allen isn't either, isn't he? I thought he was a.
Jay Garrick, maybe.
No,
That's his last name, right?
I thought Barry Allen was maybe like an assistant or something. I don't think he was like a scientist.
No,
I could be wrong.
I think he was that's what I've read up on.
Okay, I mean, like
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm big on Batman. That's what I know.
Okay,
So- and
but I do
Superman.
like the Flash a lot. Okay, let's go to the last topic.
Okay.
I think it's fitting to end with Hell on Earth.
I have some-
Oh, I mean Heck on Earth.
HE double hockey
Yes.
sticks.
Jinx not
Oh,
that word.
Double hockey sticks on Earth. So in this scenario, let's say Mephisto or whoever, the being that shall not be named, or some demons or devils come up and start to try to take over the Earth.
Ghost
How would we stop that?
Well, me, I have two picks.
Okay.
If this sort of hell on Earth was like powered by like all the land catching on fire and there was still water on the planet or somewhere in the planet,
Okay.
I would say Aquaman, so he can maybe put out the fire. I don't know, do something. Let him do something. But if not,
My friends in the sea, stop the fire! And then a bunch of fish just jump on the fire. It's like, sauteed fish!
we got dinner for tonight.
Sushi!
But if not, which most likely there wouldn't be any water, I would actually go with Ghost Rider.
I told you.
Because Ghost Rider is essentially from hell, so he can use his hellish powers against
It's funny 'cause-
the people of hell.
He's a terrible.
I mean, no, because in the
Charlie
in the
apparently
movies,
picked Ghost Rider too, right?
it makes sense because in
She's
the
doing a weird dance. I'm glad you guys can't see this. I mean, it's wonderful.
no
You have to be nice because you're a teacher, but
Yeah.
after
Who said a teacher has to be nice?
Yeah.
What? Call
well then
Okay, anyway.
going back to this, if you
No, okay, we were talking about a serious conversation. It's a serious podcast.
let's not bring Jersey Shore into this.
I am a serious man.
But if we're
Talking
talking
seriously. Okay, go ahead.
if we're not talking about any water, like I said, Ghost Rider would be the obvious pick. 'Cause if you look back into the movie, the second movie, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
And then Aquaman could ride Ghost Rider's bike into the sea. Yes!
yeah, but
Yes.
he keeps referring to the movies. That has no.
But I mean,
I mean,
it's
that's
still
one
it's still a
one
reference.
version, but
It's
I do
different
think the
versions.
comics are the best
The
source.
comics are-
Reference.
Yeah.
But in the movie, he
I'll take
did basically kick
Those
the
vampires
devil's
or whatever.
butts and
Yeah,
all those
the devil.
all those evil people. And
Although, to
yeah.
be fair, in those movies, the devils looked like just some random like rejects.
Twilight, like
Yeah, Twilight rejects who just got out of the club like when they're like
Not out of a club, out of rehab for doing, you know, massive amounts
out of a
cocaine.
rehab club, yeah. But like
out of rehab club.
yeah, where like everyone's like 20 years old except like they're the only ones who are like 40 something years old. You know, so those dudes who are like, hey.
But I did like in the movie where it has like the previous Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
And he's on
And
the
they
horse.
went-
He's on the
and they went
horse.
together.
That was cool.
Okay, can we talk about how beautiful his horse looked? Like, I would
He was
rather
like, "This is
ride
the
a
last time I
horse
ride."
than ride a
Like, if that were to happen,
motorcycle.
if that were to happen, where like each Ghost Rider from the past would be able to use one more, you know, ride in them, like in that situation, I think that would be a. Besides,
I did
that's
not
what she
say
said. Besides, I think they would have a good shot if they had one more trip in them.
LSD moment.
Oh god.
I have someone completely different, like an unknown.
We are mature people having a mature conversation. Okay.
I picked.
Wait, I'm sorry, you didn't finish your Aquaman reason though. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
He
Aquaman.
could put out
Ghost
the
Rider.
flames.
Okay,
One
and go.
other thing. That's about it.
Okay.
But
And Ghost Rider, did you say?
if you would be able to
Yeah.
have one more outing, come on, nothing there. That was legit.
Whoa.
It was legit. Like, continue.
One more outing to have each Ghost Rider from the past sort of take. Come on.
yeah. I'm listening.
Sort of get their power for one last time and take out all these devils, all these evil people. I think that would have a legit chance.
We're all
Okay.
living
Yeah.
Ghost Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Which one of you guys want to go next?
Okay, I picked someone like not known, like a unknown character. I picked Azrael. You know who that is?
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
who that is.
Alright, I'll explain. Azrael
Well,
is.
there's actually okay. I'll let you. Explain.
Okay.
There's a couple of different versions of him there, right?
Well,
There's the Jean-Paul Valley, whatever, the version that took over for Batman.
like that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no-
they're all similar in the
Yeah.
effect. They have the same powers.
Yeah.
So I would pick Azrael because he's like a religious-based superhero.
Uh-huh.
So if it's like devil taking over the earth, you know, he's an assassin created by the Order of Saint Dumas to enforce God's will.
Oh God, I'm
So
scared.
so he wears the suit. He wears the
Says
suit.
the girl
yeah.
who's obsessed with zombies.
Okay, not to be rude to religious people, but they scare me.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay, let's not say that.
Yeah.
Everybody's good. Every religion is good.
No, every religion is good, but like those people that try to enforce it on you. Those
Well, yeah.
people
Anyone who
scare
tries
me.
to
Enforce anything.
dogma, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
my grandma.
Even like, well, atheists who try to enforce their dogma on other people are also like. It's just people who try to enforce their dogma on people. They're
Dogma's a good movie, by the way. Kevin Smith.
okay. Tangent upon tangent. But anyway, what were you saying about Azrael?
Azrael. He also wields the suit. He has the suit of sorrows, and he has the swords. The sword of salvation and the sword of sin.
Did he come up with those names himself?
No, that's
Like,
true.
those start with S. Let's do that.
Sword of salvation and the sword of sin.
Yeah, no, I'm just messing with you.
That's no.
I mean, that makes sense in a person that does the will of God.
Come on.
Like even
Salvation will take down
even
the
some
devil.
interpretation of the Ghost Rider that he started out as the angel of justice and then was turned into the spirit of vengeance. So again, I know movies, but going back into the movie.
When in the movie did they say that he's
No, and at the end, he when he got his powers back because he gave them away. Well, he let them take it away.
Great power.
But when
I just want the
Satan's
horse.
son gave it back, he started to remember how he was the angel of justice in the beginning because he remembered the story that I don't know what that guy's name, but the guy told him before he took the powers away. And at the end of the movie, his flames go from orange to blue and symbolizing, the good in him. So I think in that point he turned to the angel of justice. So doing the will of God.
True.
So if we're talking about that sort of scenario, so if you think someone that has like can be redeemed like that is the go-to choice, I'm surprised you guys haven't said
Moses.
no, Spawn.
He's overrated.
B's over. Why do
I'm
you
not
think
too
he's
familiar. Not too familiar.
He's I don't know. The movie was terrible.
I'm not too
It's a movie,
familiar, so I'm not gonna.
Okay, in the
put into
comic
this.
books, I don't like the Spawn comic books that much. I've only read a few, so I can't like say Spawn's terrible.
He's basically a dude that gets killed, and he makes a pact with the devil, and the devil's like, because like back when he was alive, he was like a special ops for a dude who wasn't very up and up. And the devil's like, hey, you lead my army, and I will let you essentially live again as Spawn. And then he gets trained by, I think, by all these different people. One of them, I think, is like Houdini. It's like all these random things. But he tries to like go back and see his family, and they're freaked out by him and stuff.
Because he can't take it off.
Yeah, and he finds out that he got killed by his boss so that the devil could make that deal. You know, like,
wow.
So it's like all like, you know.
And then he doesn't work for the devil anymore, right?
Yeah,
He becomes a superhero to take down like that clown guy or whatever.
Yeah.
That actually sounds like a good choice. Does he have powers?
Oh yeah. He has pretty crazy powers.
Who's Spawn?
Yeah, that's
like his cape is like
awesome.
He can do all kinds of stuff with his cape.
But can't Spawn also be able to take down the unsolvable being?
I guess it depends. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I feel like I don't know if he'd care as much.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
Why?
Because he's also kind of a
douche.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
Like if it's like something like if it's like a Hell on Earth scenario, it's like very personal.
That's made for him.
Yeah. And it's also he got screwed over by that dude who's starting it. Like he's very like it's like part of it is like being a hero, but he's more of an anti-hero. Like he cares more.
Isn't
about...
Ghost Rider that same thing?
Yeah, it's kind of
not the same powers.
Yeah, depending on
the same
idea,
mentality.
Yeah.
Just throwing this out there.
I feel like Spawn is more of a
warrior,
a bag of
poop.
That
just throwing this out there. Again, Superman is the best choice for this.
I say Batman.
Superman. He can use his breath, put out all the fire, and his
True.
strength, just beat up all the devil people.
I'd say the whole Justice League could take any of these scenarios.
Actually, yeah, I do agree with that.
Why don't we just call him Justice League and be like, hey, put up this fire, please?
Well, my pick is gonna...
Superman's suit doesn't
Wait,
work.
Charlie, do you want to say is your pick also Ghost Rider?
Yeah, it's the only person from House.
You can't think of. It doesn't even have to be a superhero at this point.
Dr. Fate could do something.
Yeah, actually, my pick was Dr. Fate for this because I feel like. What's that?
I don't remember his name, but he's from X-Men. He's Iceman. Right, there we go. Him.
I can't remember his name. Oh, Iceman.
He could be good for
The Incredibles.
Yeah, but are you talking about Hell
made
on
of ice.
Are you talking about Hell on Earth like everything's engulfed in flames?
Well, I was thinking more
can't the
like
fire department
demons
handle that?
and devils like coming out and like trying to
fire.
That's what I thought too.
How about Thor? Thor could also help with
that. Was a pick of mine too.
Yeah, and he could also bring his like gods with him.
Because he's a god and they're demons. He's like, oh man. Die.
I just wanted to pick someone that people wouldn't know, but I'm sure.
Okay, so let's just end on the one person you would pick for any sort of end of the world scenario. If you had to pick one who would be the jack of all trades to handle all these here, who would your pick be and why for everything?
As for mine, surprise, surprise.
Superman.
Thank you. And it's just.
What? Superman? Superman sticks.
Oh man, but I mean, if you're thinking honestly, his powers. He is one of the strongest superheroes. So his powers.
But a rock can stop him. Just saying.
Besides that,
just like a man who's married.
Besides that, each of his powers he can use to basically like win in each scenario that we just presented. It's inevitable.
Unless one of the meteors has kryptonite in it. I'm just saying. You have to.
It's his pick for his final scenario.
He'll just use one of those cheap shoots until they rip.
Okay, yeah.
Until they rip, yeah.
With the suit. It's Elvis's pick, so that's what he's going with. Who wants to weigh in next?
Okay, so I picked Thor because he's a god. He could summon the power of thunder to destroy meteors and throw it away. And with zombies, he could fly over them and just hammer their heads in.
He could just throw Mjolnir.
Yeah, like a once.
How do you pronounce it? Mjolnir? Probably butchered that.
This could be a new game for him, zombie bowling.
he could stay flying and just
With
Well,
the
he has
hammer.
great hair. I mean, he could do
Yeah.
do commercials.
He should be
The
the new Head
L'Oreal
and Shoulders
commercial.
guy.
Yeah, the new Head and Shoulders guy. Or the new Fabio. I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, that's funny.
This hammer is terrible.
I mean, my
But it
obvious
goes great on bread.
my obvious pick is Batman. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, why not? Why can't Batman can't be defeated? Well,
I mean, he
on
could
paper
be.
he can, but he hasn't been defeated.
He can be defeated on a lot of papers.
I mean,
many,
the
many
Joker,
papers.
almost picked it up.
I mean, in his defense, multiple occasions he's defeated Superman with,
With
Well,
kryptonite. that's-
Yeah, well, come on, that's fair game.
Oh my
But
God.
in some interpretation of Superman can use his heat vision to destroy the kryptonite. Sometimes he can't, sometimes he can. So,
Like you said, if he has enough time to prepare, then he could,
well, then again, like you did say that he did have in the Justice League, he had a way to destroy each and every superhero in case they would turn to like the parallel universe. So I
a
mean,
contingency plan.
yeah, Superman's still the best.
Batman.
Okay.
You know.
So we got Elvis saying Superman. Again, shocker.
Okay.
Frank,
Really?
Batman, another shocker. Charlie saying Thor. That was a little bit more,
That was okay.
more of a
Reasonable.
different pick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit here.
Don't say
I'm gonna
Dr.
give. I'm
Manhattan.
gonna give a few picks.
You're
I'm
a
gonna give-
teacher. You're supposed to promote the non-cheating.
Well, I took the question and I analyzed it in a different way. Okay.
Okay.
In any of these scenarios, if they were able to be prepared ahead of time, Batman. I agree with Frank. Batman hands down. But any scenario, like any of these scenarios, we don't know which one it could be, and they couldn't prepare ahead of time. You guys may disagree with me, but I would go with Doctor Strange.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dr. Manhattan again.
I don't think Dr. Manhattan would want to
Like,
stick around for
I'm
a
sure if
zombie
he
apocalypse.
wanted to.
Well, also Doctor Manhattan. Like I'm thinking about Doctor Manhattan not caring in some of the scenarios. So Doctor Strange, I feel like he's the most all-round capabilities. Like he can do magic. So like a lot of the stuff that other superheroes are weak in, like those kind of scenarios, he actually excels in. But he's also powerful enough where he can handle like even the big stuff. And also he's worldly enough, like he's really good with like different dimensions and stuff like that. So he knows what's going on with different situations too. So he's much more in the know than a lot of other beings.
Heroes.
So that makes sense. That's actually a really good pick. Even though it wasn't Superman, but
Batman.
I'll give it to you. I'll give
Well,
it.
he did pick Batman, so.
Nah.
So wow, we've been going for about an hour. So you guys want to sign off?
All right.
Okay.
Once again, this is Elvis.
Frank.
Superman all day. Just saying.
Batman.
And this is Charlie signing off.
The zombie lover.
And
Yes.
me,
Wait, zombie?
the guy in the mic, Steveocubed. Okay, guys, thank you. I will.
This was wonderful. We should do this more often.
I know, right?
This was delicious.
That's what she said.
I like a seasoned Martian Manhunter. Okay, see you guys later.
Right.
Bye.